You know, it's funny. If you live long enough, you really will see everything. And I am not doing what's known as Schadenfreude from the French, obviously it's German, where you take pleasure from other people's misery. So I want to forewarn, I'm not here to be taking a smile from Marilyn's misery, if this is even true. I'm just noting the incredible hypocrisy. So let's get to it. Let me give the quick background. Marilyn and Relatable Reese used to be friends. I will just preface there's a special personal note because Marilyn went after me and my dead mother, but there's a kind of a twist which is really weird. So she put out this very long video. She's taken it down, but I don't think because she's a nice person. What happened is, and again, I'll be honest, maybe I made a mistake here. I thought Marilyn and Reese were close, but in her very long diatribe, Marilyn was asserting I had it all wrong, that actually she and Reese collaborated quite a few times, and I didn't really know the relationship. So it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But before I could respond, she took down the video because you see, she suddenly shifted to I hate Reese mode. So it could be I actually made a mistake, which I can acknowledge, and or I did get it right, and basically they never really had a real friendship and it was all pretend, which is what I said. So it's a little confusing because now Marilyn is revising her opinion of Reese downwards. And despite my many disagreements, part of the reason she is looking down upon Reese is justified. Reese has been collaborating and working with for years a predator called Tommy Scoville, although maybe they're not as hostile to one another as they may seem. Reese broke up with Scoville and unleashed a monster tape. It was edited, I want to be fair to Scoville, and it showed him in a really bad light, readily confessing that he does take advantage of various older women and take their money, even if they're sick. And in fact, he bragged that he targets women in particular, and that set off a massive firestorm. Now, Reese did look a little bad because she had to know some of this grifting and she didn't care. So it became a very weird melodrama, and I'm going to be honest, I had to be roped into it. And it started to involve Nazis, racists, and possibly even terrorists. It became a bit of a weird romantic novel. And Reese, being Reese, was very clever to situate herself as the moderate. And Reese basically chose Marilyn for supporting the Nazi people, which is true, she did. And just to top it all off, Marilyn threatened legal action with her husband right there in tow, declaring that she and the great Duncanus would take legal action against Reese for pointing out correctly that they seem to like racists, as long as they share the anti-Reese agenda. But she later drew back and said, I'm not going to sue Reese for reasons. That you already know. Let's get to what you may not know, which is now Marilyn has turned full grifter, in fact, full relatable Reese grifter. Let's give Reese a little time to explain herself and her grifting ways, and then we'll turn to Marilyn.
Like, even the email I sent to this person yesterday, I sent it with caring kindness. I ended it by saying, you're still welcome anytime in my chat, but this is the last time I'm going to tell you this isn't personal. Please stop taking it that way. Like, I had to be a little bit more firm. I was like, this is no longer, like, I'm not going to repeat myself with you about this. So it just feels good.
I'm just laughing and smiling at the irony. So Reese has such a rabid fan base of men and women, and again, this is not here me reversing myself. Reese is still a grifter and a liar and manipulator, but her anti-Nazi stance, good or bad, is stopping her decline. And Marilyn did put herself in a very weird Germanic position. However, I'm not here to like revise the record that Reese is a superhero. She got into this whole panic when one of her male fans jokingly said, "Hey, maybe I'll come see you." And Reese is like, "Oh my god, gosh, guys, I feel so uncomfortable. He said he couldn't see me. What do we all think that means?" Nothing, nothing at all, nothing at all. And she went through this whole melodrama. Apparently, she was under attack. So you got to watch out for Reese. She's a tricky devil. But now let's get to the Marilyn continuing not redemption story of herself. So Marilyn hates Reese because she is very successful using her feminine ways and, you know, and she is attractive. I don't think Reese is super attractive, but she's attractive. She's not Reese Witherspoon, but she manages to catch in quite a few people with her grift. And Marilyn is all kinds of like, oh, I can't believe you're making all that money. All that money. What about me? What about Marilyn? But Marilyn is pure and an angel because she would never ask for the money until a few hours ago. So let's read her weepy call to arms. And let me do a rhetorical cough. Dear friends, I never asked for anything for myself. But at the urging from some of you, I'm reaching out to my YouTube community on behalf of my daughter who needs some help. As she has shared on my channel, she had been a foster mom of two infant boys who were eventually placed back with their birth mother 2 years ago. This weekend, she received an emergency call from DCF stating that the reunification plan had failed and they needed to place the boys and their new baby sister in a new home ASAP, and would she please take them? They arrived 2 hours later with only the clothes on their back, a half a can of formula, and a few diapers. We have been scrambling the past several days to try and meet their physical and emotional needs. If anyone would like to help, my daughter will be creating an Amazon wish list. In the meantime, if anyone would like to contribute, help meet their immediate needs, here is a PayPal link. Every penny will be spent on the children. The PayPal link. Thank you so much. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm also facing a very similar emergency situation where I may have to, I haven't done it yet, do a kind of plea for funds. But I am working at the moment. I'm getting some good hours, but in a couple weeks, I will be getting very few hours. I don't know. The job is a little chaotic all over the place. So it is what it is. I'll also be applying to jobs. Hopefully, I'll be getting some other part time work, but I really don't know. It is what it is in today's economy. So a part of me is sympathetic to what Marilyn's up to. However, I'm noting the obvious that when Reese does the same thing, and it's a very similar logic, right? She asks for money and for help, and it's going to go to Huxley, which is her son. And good faith, we know a lot of the money is going to Huxley, but still, it's a very suspicious kind of thing to ask for the money, allegedly to help Hux with what baseball lessons and things like that. And you're like, does he really need all these things? Does he really need an expensive bat? So on and so forth. But hey, if you want to give him the money or give Reese the money, it is what it is. It's a market economy. So Marilyn likes to make fun of Reese and her pleading on behalf of Hux. And she likes to make fun of me too and says from time to time, why don't you get a job and shut up? Okay, all right. We have free speech in the country, at least for now. But you just gotta ask yourself, well, wait a minute, doesn't that apply to you? Why are you even asking for money? Why don't you just get a job? At this point, the way I understand it, Duncanus, the husband, is subsidizing Marilyn, so he's working. Why doesn't Marilyn just work? Right? Why don't you just do that? Why don't you just get a job? I thought it was super simple. I thought you could just walk down the street. Here's the magical job. Oh, well, maybe getting a job is actually hard. Maybe it's not magics. Maybe when people are working, but they still don't make enough money, maybe you need to be sympathetic. Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to suspect that you're a grifter. Oh, okay. And meanwhile, you're working with Nazis, but you're the better person. Oh, well, she's not working with Nazis. I know those people. I'm working with them. I'm collaborating. I'm helping them. But I'm not working with the Nazis. I am working with Nazis, but I don't work with them. You know, that's magic. And by the way, the situation sounds really bad and dire. Okay, you can feel sorry. I'm just noting the hypocrisy here that when Reese puts Huxley next to her and asks for money, that's bad. If I or other people ask for money, we're bad too. But when you ask for money, well, there we go. That's just fine. I also like how she's saying, "Oh, here's a PayPal link and an Amazon wish list for the daughter," and Marilyn has her own PayPal link and Amazon wish list. So now we got two Amazon wish lists and two PayPal links. Wow, isn't that amazing? I also find it remarkable that you're friends with Jenna and Aaron. They seem to be making pretty good money from their YouTube channels. They're making plenty of money. Now, they're not super rich, they're not Elon, but if you needed the money, they're right there. I also find it remarkable she's asking for the money now And what, only a week or so ago, you were laughing it up with Liz Gale threatening a child. Yes, Liz Gale actually did that in a drunken rant. She threatened a child, and you thought it was all kinds of funny. But now you want money for your child, who, as far as we know, is a grown adult. Well, what is it? Doesn't she have a job? Can't you just get a job? I thought it was just magic, Marilyn. I thought you could just get a magical job that pays you tons of money. Oh, wait, I guess life is a little harder or more complicated. But now we need to be more understanding. Okay, what about understanding Risa's situation? No, 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 she's definitely a grifter. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well, at least we got receipts there. Well, what about me or other people? Oh, we're grifters too. Why? You don't like Uranus. You don't bow and pray at the Church of Uranus. You're a villain. You're a grifter. I hate you now. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks. That's the proof of you're a grifter if you don't like Aaron and all his grifting. And away we go. We got full circle that Marilyn was moralizing Reese. Oh, you're always asking for money, money, money. Who do you think you are? And now she's doing the same exact thing, but her pro-Nazi, pro-grifting stance somehow makes her anti-Nazi, anti-grifter in her own brain. And there we go. Oh, on top of the cherry on top, she laughs at Aaron's victims. Yeah, she was caught red-handed laughing and mocking Aaron's victims. One of the victims reached out to me and confirmed, yep, she likes laughing and mocking Aaron's victims. That's who she is. But now she wants the money. Huh. Kind of funny, huh? Kind of funny.